Right, hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new to my channel, I am Jade Vanriel and I talk about property, interiors, lifestyle, a bit of vlogs, a bit of beauty and makeup now and again. But yeah, that's just who I am. And if you know my channel already, welcome back. This is probably a video that you guys have been waiting for a little while now. I say that, but maybe not, because not a lot of you really clocked on to some differences in my day-to-day life. But essentially, if you have read the title, I no longer have a 9-to-5 job. I am self-employed, and this has been something that I have wanted for years. I have always wanted this. Every single person that knows me has always heard me complaining about having a job and wanting to have my own time to be able to do YouTube full-time and property stuff and inspire people and really create great content. However, I have a mortgage and I pay for all of my bills, my mortgage, my car, everything myself. So I have not been in a position to just up and leave my job, which is what a lot of other people who are in more comfortable situations, maybe they still live at home, etc., they can kind of fish around and see what works for them and go with something that they're passionate about rather than something that they need to do. So essentially, I did not quit my job. I wanted to. I have wanted to quit my job for a long time, but based on those reasons, I couldn't. I had to just deal with what was going on. I had to deal with being unhappy. I had to deal with, you know, feeling like every day was just a bore and I was wasting time and wanting to film videos every day and wanting to be on my phone throughout the day and all of that stuff that I could not do. So it's crazy because I never thought this would actually happen to me, but I was basically made redundant. And every time I say that to someone, they're like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. But it was actually the biggest blessing of my life so far, like one of anyway. My house is obviously like the biggest achievement I've made and a huge blessing, but losing my job in the form of redundancy and not being sacked was actually a blessing in disguise. I don't even think it was in disguise. I think God really just sort of did it, boom. And I think that God had to do that to me because leading up to this moment, the day before my birthday, so that was 3 months ago, July 10th, I was made redundant. My birthday was on the 11th. And I'll get into the story for you guys. But essentially, leading up to July, I had been in this company for a year and a half. And it was great. It was a new challenge for me and stuff like that. But after a while, I started to just realize that I wanted something different. I wanted something else. Meanwhile, YouTube was taking off. I was being featured in all of these different magazines and newspapers, and I had to be taking days off of filming constantly to the point where I actually, when I left, I think I had about 2 days left of holiday. No, that's a lie. I had no more holiday left. I had to buy holiday, which obviously I didn't end up using. And that was because I was taking days off to film videos like Move with Jade, where I had to go to a development during the week because Saturdays are their busiest days and film when it was really quiet. That is the lengths that I was going through to create content for you guys, using up my holiday and not actually going on holiday but staying in the jury UK. So a lot of things are happening leading up to this, and I was battling. So I started looking for jobs. I was actually getting a lot of great responses. I was getting interviews left, right and centre, and so I was taking days off for those as well, along with filming days. And I was getting to second stages, third stages, and for some strange reason, every time I would get to like the final stage where these people really just want to offer me the job, but they just need me to meet 1 or 2 more people, I would get really scared and back out. I did it probably about 3 times, and I feel like that, to some people, that is so stupid. If you dislike where you are or you're not happy with where you are, why would you, like, you know, dismiss an opportunity that's going to get you out there? But what I realized was that I was going for roles similar to what I was already doing, and that's just insanity. Like, why would I go for a role that I'm currently complaining about because it's giving me a bit more money? Okay, fair enough, and it's a new company with new people, a new environment, a fresh start. Sorry guys, I'm like so excited to film this. I can't even believe I'm actually discussing it right now, and I'm just trying to be super calm and to the point for you guys. And it feels like so long ago now because it's actually been 3 months. But yeah, doing the same thing over and over and over but expecting different results. And that's what I kept feeling every time I got to those final stages. Something would kick in and say to me, Jade, what are you doing? This makes no sense. You might as well just stay where you are, because if you go somewhere new, they're going to have higher expectations of you. You're going to have to learn everything new for that company. You're not going to be able to be working from home once a week like you currently are. In that sense of comfortability, you know, I was going into work at 8 o'clock and I was leaving at 4:30. They had that set up so I could get home earlier and work on my stuff, and not many companies in my field were very flexible in that way. And if you could work from home, it would definitely be after quite a few months before they built that trust in you, or you know, you were comfortable to take your workload home. So I just started feeling like if I did that and got myself into a higher position that would require more of me, that would probably mean less on YouTube, less on my passion, less on what is really taking off and what is really, you know, what I feel right now is my calling, right? So that is basically what would just kept on happening, really good roles, good salaries, and I would just be like, you know what, it's not for me. I personally feel like God was trying to speak to me and tell me, like, stop focusing on a new role. You need to focus on where you are and what you're going to do to get out. And so essentially a lot of things were happening with the company that I was at. There was a rocky period last year in the company. A lot of people were losing jobs and so many different things were happening as companies transition. And I was worried then. And so that's what spurred me to start looking. But then when I was looking, I wasn't really taking it seriously. I was. And then when it got close to actually getting the roles, I wasn't. A similar kind of thing started coming up again in terms of the company becoming a bit rocky. And I saw that and I was so calm that time. And I feel like there was just something, it's like I kind of knew that I'm gonna be fine. Like whatever happens, I'm gonna be fine. Mind you, everything was going really well at the company in terms of I was actually becoming happier there, which is so mad. But towards the end, I was actually becoming more comfortable there, happier there, and I was just getting on with it because I was just starting to feel more grateful for where I was, and actually the fact that I can work from home 1 day a week, albeit not as much as I would like to work, because I felt like my role would allow me to work from anywhere because I don't actually have to work directly with people in the role that I was in. I just needed my laptop and I could work from a coffee shop for that matter. But the way the company was, it was traditional 1 day a week at home, you were lucky. So I just started to be grateful for that. Fast forward to the day that it actually happened then, because is that enough backstory? Yeah, that's as deep as we're gonna get on that topic in terms of backstory. So July comes and there's this news about the company coming out and all of these things, and I was just like, oh no, it's gonna be fine. I mean, this happened before and I'm still here. So I was turning 26 on July 11th. July 11th was a Thursday. So I was off work for the Thursday and Friday of that week. Excited about the plans I had for my birthday because I had afternoon tea planned, I had dinner with my boyfriend planned, and I was just really looking forward to that. Tuesday night, I could not sleep. I think I was putting a lot of pressure on myself, thinking to myself like, this birthday, I really just want things to be different for me. Not that I wasn't happy in life, but I just knew that I have more to give and I have more to receive, and I wanted to do more. I wanted it to be a bigger year for me. I wanted to accomplish more things, and I was just basically praying throughout the night. I'm trying to remember it now, and it's so emotional because I actually remember just not being able to sleep. Part of me excited as well about my birthday, but I just felt really uneasy. Like I could not sleep that Tuesday night. So I was awake for hours, like hours, praying, crying. One of the things that I remember saying exactly was, 26 is going to be different. I remember I kept praying that, and I kept asking God, like, I have high expectations of this year. I don't want to go into my 26th year the same person, same finances, or the same earnings, because that was an issue. I wanted a pay rise and I didn't. Anyway, the drama. And I just remember saying, like, 26 is here, it's coming tomorrow. And leading up to that, I had been praying throughout the week, but that day in particular was just mad. It was a madness. Going into this new year is going to be a transition for me. It's going to be new, I'm going to be better, great things are going to happen. I was just prophesying over this year, right? So went into work, and I felt really refreshed. I felt like, yeah, God's got me, my birthday's tomorrow, I'm gonna celebrate. And so fast forward to the meeting. Went into the meeting. Cut a long story short, I was made redundant out of the blue. I didn't expect it. However, I did tell you guys that leading up to that, I had seen some things in the news, and he didn't actually realize that my birthday was the next day, but it was fine. I mean, everything has to happen at some point in certain ways. People that are made redundant usually are given a form of money, but it all depends on how long you're at the company. I wasn't at the company very long, so I didn't particularly have a huge sum of money to take with me. However, there was something there, so I was less worried or panicking about my mortgage because there was something there to allow me to figure out what I was going to do. I was basically just told I could just leave now, pack my stuff and go, and that was it. I never stepped foot back into the office again since then. I called my boyfriend. He basically worked on my road as well, which was lovely at the time, and that is something I miss, having lunch with him and bugging his life every day. But I met him and I think I cried because I think I was shocked. Not upset, just shocked and just like, oh my God. But at the same time though, like, it's mad because that's something that I always was scared of, like losing my job. But I didn't realize how prepared I really was. And I would have been more prepared if I had plans to leave. I would have saved more money for it. You know, I would have sacrificed some more things leading up to it so that I know there's a nice cushion for me. But that didn't happen. I didn't have any time to prepare. However, I had other forms of income, and that's why I stressed in that video months and months and months ago about having different forms of income, not realizing that those were going to be great blessings to me now. If I did not have YouTube or my Vanriel Co business or anything else that I do not know how I would have taken that news. God help me, I don't know where I would be right now. I'd be super struggling. The maddest thing is that a month or 2 months before being made redundant and losing my job, I signed with a new agency, and my agent is amazing. Like, they are a reputable agency who represent presenters and all of this stuff. So when you guys are in the comments saying to me like, oh my God, Jade, I just see you on TV and praying over my life and all that, I'm like, huh. You guys don't realize that my agency want that for me, and they're working their asses off to do that, and it's all in God's time, you know. So it's like everything happens for a reason, and that's the only reason why I'm sharing this. I don't have to share this video. I haven't shared this video for 3 months. Like, I haven't discussed it. I've just been getting on with things. People have been speculating, but I've just not wanted to do something prematurely, to be honest with you. I don't want to be the person that encourages people to either leave their jobs or think it's okay if they lose their jobs, because being someone who has had a side hustles with a job, who has always wanted to do her own thing, I can assure you that leaving your job or not, or being sacked or whatever the case may be at a time where you are not prepared is so scary, and I don't want anyone to go through that. I want you guys to be as prepared as possible. So I'm showing you guys that no, I'm not gonna come straight the next day and say to you guys, oh my God, I'm so happy I'm self-employed, because it has not been easy. Like, not once have I thought about applying for another job or looking for a job. I've just been pushed into this world that I've always wanted but didn't think I was ready for. And God has just shown me, like, you've been ready. You've just been running around in circles trying not to just go directly to it, but he's shown me that I've been ready, because like, he's put me in a position and I've just handled it. I've got on with it. Every single bill has continued to be paid. I've even been able to save more than I was before, which is madness, but I have. Like, I'm spending less on going out to eat during lunch hours and paying for trains. I just thank God that he's been able to guide me and put me into this position and handle it. You know, God has allowed me to handle it. My friends have been amazing. My parents have not worried about me once, which really shocked me. I am now telling you today that I am going to be aiming for 2 videos a week. They may be long, they may be short, they may be vlogs, they may be talks, but I'm just going to flood your YouTube pages if that's okay with you. But yeah, I really would like you guys to let me know what you'd like to see more of from me now that I have so much time on my hands. Well, I actually don't. You think that you're gonna have loads of time when you're at home every day, but honestly guys, there's so much to do on a day-to-day basis, from emails to filming things to getting approval to signing contracts, and I've just signed a contract for something that is the biggest payment that I've ever made. I am also about to do some social media consulting for a company. It's not always smooth, it's not always easy, it's not always perfect. We keep going, we go again, we work, we grind. Every day is a new day, and this is just how I'm taking it. Every single day is different for me. Every single day is a new opportunity for me. Literally, as soon as I was made redundant, basically, my mum was like, here you go, you can take your dog back, because he was mine. And then I went off to uni, and then I lived at my aunt's, and then I moved to Essex. He has helped me to keep going. He wakes me up every morning, so I'm up, I have to walk him, and it just gets me out of the house, especially if I'm working or on my laptop and stuff for so long. Honestly guys, the list goes on, but I feel amazing. Like, I have not felt this energized and happy for years. I will not lie to you. For years I feel free, I feel like I can think, I feel truly independent, I feel like in control of my life, like I can do things as and when I please. I have the time to think of ideas for videos or a whole new venture, like so I just need to make that money, you know, so that we can fund these dreams. But you know, if you follow your passion, the money will follow that, and that has happened for me, and that is one thing I have found. But maybe I'll do a separate video on things I have learnt since becoming self-employed, because I think that is a whole separate thing. I can talk about taxes, I can talk about PRs, I can talk about just the industry a bit more because of the experiences that I have had thus far. But I just felt like it was time for this initial conversation to be had, for me to just announce it. And also I just feel like possibly could have been blocking some blessings by not just being open about this fact. The biggest deal that I have signed so far, the email for that actually came when I was on the train going home the day I was made redundant. So everything happens for a reason, and when I got that, I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be fine. It hasn't even been a day that I've been made redundant and I'm already receiving a job. Yeah, God is good, God is real, God is always on time. Now you guys know when I say to subscribe, to like, to comment, it is really appreciated. So please leave your comments down below for videos that you may want to see. Did you know that I was self-employed before this video? I feel like some of you guys were wondering. Going forward, we're going to do more content, we're going to be good, we're going to be positive, and it's only going to go up from here. I love you guys, thank you so much for supporting me. Mwah. I'm self-employed. What?